Hey guys, it's your boy Trill Double O. And I've been thinking maybe I should do something special, a little special for this new episode. I am gonna post my credit card information and credit score. If we get like 10,000 likes on here, maybe I don't know, maybe 100 likes. And how's it going, my few subscribers? Let's see how many subscribers we got right now. We're really coming up in the world. We got 9 subscribers. Let's go. One more to go, and we'll have 10. And if we get 10 subscribers, I'm gonna do something very special. I'm gonna leave my home address.
Hey guys, I got a question for you. Have you ever played a great game? Yeah. Have you ever played a really great game? Yeah, of course. By being gaming fans, we all love to play great games, right? But have you ever played a game that you hope to get a sequel, or not even a sequel, just a successor, or just a game that kind of plays like it, or a game that gives the same mechanics, like Batman Arkham series? The Batman Arkham series is over, but you still got other games like Spider-Man, Shifu, and all that stuff. A lot of combat games. And also not just have the same mechanics, but can also compete by adding their own style to it. Like special moves, adding new characters like Miles Morales and giving him his own skill set, giving his own game. Then make another sequel, which is kind of the same game, but still fun. But there are some games that you play and you think you're never gonna see another game like this again. And that's the reality that is slowly becoming true for Shadow of War fans. Because the second you get your hopes up, the faster it gets shot down. But there are some games that you think that you may never get another game like this again. And that is slowly becoming the reality of Shadow of War fans. When they get their hopes up for like a slight chance, the faster it gets shot down by a news post. Just a chance of hope is a guarantee that it will get shot down the next day, next week, or or it doesn't even get like another teaser trailer. Okay, so I never really watched The Lord of the Rings. All I really know is the wizard said, "You shall not pass," then fucks his sister. No, wait, that was Game of Thrones that like kissed their siblings. I never watched Game of Thrones either. Sorry, I only watched like I don't know half the movie or like glimpses of it while I was at like a friend's house. Some parts was pretty cool. I could watch it because like I really like fantasy and spider ladies are hot. And the story made my favorite spin-off game series, Shadow of Mordor,
I mean, it's all right. Like, overrated as fuck.
fun. But the sequel is way better. It has the sauce, the absolute sauce, the greatness, the peak. It's just a more upgraded version. Yeah, and I get it. You might say nostalgia takes all the bad part out when you blur it up, and probably not gonna be that good when you was once a kid. And yeah, that may be true, but not for this. Shut your bitch ass up. This game will never not be fun, and I will give my firstborn child and wife and grandma to play another game like this. And don't look for the insane prices of the DLC though. Like that's not it. Hi, I got a dress for the occasion. Owned by Warner Bros. Keep that in mind, by the way. Keep that in mind. In the back of your head. Monolith Games created the Nemesis system and perfected it because they was really the only one that can do it. More on that later. And even after years of it releasing, it still got nice graphics that hold up to this day. Great cutscenes that looks like a movie or an animated film. Go to voice cast.
Invader! You sully that beast of Mordor with your arch
It is the will of the Dark Lord that I now slay you and this beast, so that your arse never befouls another creature of Mordor again.
Also, I am glad to announce this video is sponsored by nobody. Sadly, my so many subscribers is really helping with, you know, getting me cash or getting me sponsors. So in protest, I decide to go to the YouTube office. Do they have an office? I will be going to San Bruno, where the YouTube headquarters are, and stay in my car until they give me a raise or any sponsors or anything. Man, where's San Bruno? You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go.
Well, yeah, so that was a bad idea. Damn near had a heat stroke. Had to go all the way back home. I had no money, so I basically just like hitchhiked. It was like a weird dude with a chainsaw. I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize. I didn't make it halfway. I had a heat stroke at the bus stop.
Okay, so now let's get into the good stuff. The Shadow of War series is a pre-sequel to the Lord of the Rings movies, with great graphics that hold up to this day, and nice cutscenes, and also a strong voice cast.
Like Troy Baker, voice of Talon, a cold-hearted, skilled veteran who was at near death and was saved by the rings.
A pretty traumatized guy from watching his family die and watching himself die.
And that where we meet our second best character, and the voice of Steve Blum, Sauron, the Ghost War Chief.
Wrong, completely wrong, you fucking idiot. The ghost elf that saved Talion is named Celebrimbor, voice of Alistair Dukin, who was also the voice of God of War Mimir. I'm literally looking at it right now and still got it wrong. Sauron is the villain of the story, not his teammate. And Timbledore was like, yo, get your bitch ass up, we got work. And then gave him the Ring of Power. And it was like, oh, cool. Now I can get revenge for my family? And he was like, nah. Now let's go kill and mind control some orcs.
And also the guy is like elf racist, like he just talking shit about every other race. And just talk about how good elves are. They have great chemistry and teamwork. They almost like brothers. And they work together. They are almost a great duo and a powerful force that can take over the world of man. And if you play the game, you know that I was actually lying about it. And if you play one of the games, you'll know that I was actually lying about one thing I said. Can you guess? Yeah, it was that chemistry. Like, these guys fucking hate each other, bro. They argue like a married couple and disagree on everything. It's almost like being in the backseat of two people that's in a relationship arguing. Probably one of the most toxic friendships I ever seen. This game have groundbreaking storytelling and groundbreaking bad friendships. But do I even look cool with these glasses on? Even the orcs have a pretty good voice actors as well. Even though orcs got pretty good voice actors as well. Like, it's just groundbreaking how creative and good the orcs are. Which just made me want to play it more and more.
With the Nemesis system, you can be invested in your very own story. So the Nemesis system is technically a program where it can make you recruit, shame, or kill people. And when you kill someone, it makes them come back to life and improve of what they did wrong. If they get shot in the head, they'll probably be impervious to arrows, and you can still see the arrow that killed them. Or if they burn alive, they can come back with the same burn marks. Nothing is permanent, Decapitation, assassination, and execution, they can all come back from that. Except for the times they don't. The Nemesis system is so complex, it's not just the character dying and coming back. It's the character adapting, becoming stronger, breaking your weapons to make you weaker, and using what he learned for his advantages. On surviving mode, you can't kill the same orc twice. You can't bolt around the same orcs 3 times, or they'll just learn it. Some of the combat do get repetitive, but the orcs challenge you and become faster and faster, to really testing your reaction skill. Have me invested in a random side character that died too soon. We're mostly invested in Middle Earth 2, so forget I said anything about Middle Earth 1. Playing this was the best thing that ever happened to me. It should have won 2016-17 awards. Fuck Spider-Man and fuck God of War. Not really though, I really like those games. Not as much as Middle Earth. And I feel like they should have won, but just ignoring all the microtransactions and DLC they dropped with the games instead of making it a whole game, or like a whole spin-off that was like in the game, instead of making us pay another $70. Well, like, why not just have it all together? You kill them, they come back sometimes. Like, there's some orcs I really wanted on my team, but they just never came back. You can also fight other things like Nazgûl, spiders, whatever that thing is, tigers. Armies of orcs by yourself, or you can just have a bodyguard, and they'll do most of the work. And it's one of the greatest ideas. The system don't stay the same. Say someone is too powerful for you. You can shame them.
Enough! Kill me! Just end it!
No. I'll do something worse. Jarvis, upload 90 terabytes of diaper furry porn into his head.
You're broken.
Or they'll probably even get stronger when you shame them. And that's more than what the Nemesis system is. If someone kills you, they become their own character in the world. Killing other orcs, becoming war chiefs. And you can also make your allied orcs fight other orcs in 1v1. Enemy orcs or allied orcs. See if they can infiltrate the palace or fight enemies. Or as well be a bodyguard in the castle. Sometimes the fights are pretty interesting and the executions are cool. Most of the times, your orc just stand there getting killed after you just got done leveling him up and giving him weapons.
You don't look well, friend!
Stop just standing there!
You're
Story, anticlimactic. Okay, back to the main story. Fighting the Dark Lords, man, is pretty fun, but tiring, because you only have to use one button to dodge them. And they also get like a little repetitive. Dodge here, parry there, dodge. Like, how many times I gotta do this? These guys are supposed to be the big bad enemies, but like, not with that much threat. But that's not my least favorite missions. My least favorite missions gotta be the stalking missions. And I'ma just get straight to the point. My god, no, please, get it away. The stalking mission sucks. Fuck you, Golem. I don't like the main story stalking missions at all. 0 out of 10, they should take it out. Even when you're behind a wall, they'll still find you, even in the bushes. And it does not make sense when you're literally the strongest character, and Batman sucks because he's still a regular guy who gets shot and can still die. But you're an immortal with elemental powers with teleport and super speed. So yeah, you could stealth. Stealth is a choice, but it's not the right one. Still probably one of the best single player experience. Making your army, conquering enemies, and taking forts. An online force is probably the next best single player experience you'll ever have, because nobody have the same fort. And I just love glazing this game. Like, this game is phenomenal. Before you battle the final boss, you come across all the orcs that you didn't recruit or the orcs you shamed. And then you have to have one last fight with them. Then you fight the Dark Lord Knight for the 100th time.
Your time has come, Talion. All that you have wrought has been.
All you gotta do is press Y 3 times, then dodge, and then you kill. And after you're done doing that, you see his sad backstory and see who was once like you, and not to make him suffer any longer. Talion kills him, instead of recruiting him like Trumaldor wanted. If you ask me, kinda hypocritical. You've been doing this the whole time, and now you think it's not okay. Then Grimmador was like, I can only trust my own kind.
You are but a vessel,
Damn.
and there are others.
And did like a whole 360 switching up on Talion and taking the ring of power away from him, which making him die from the slit throat he had at the first game. Give the ring of power to the elf girl he teamed up with, and then get brought back to the spider lady to take over one last palace. You have the same powers as always, but you can bring people back from the dead as zombies, as servants they can fight for you. Which is kinda like what you was against. Talion alone fight the last Nazgul, while Timador fights Sauron. And they really saved the best for last. This fight was really fun. It's a real change of pace from all the other Knolls. From all the other Knolls fights and the Orcs fights that you had. But before Dumbledore could beat him, he decided to fight back one last time. And Dumbledore, whatever, decide to trap each other in the Eye of Sauron. And that's basically the end. The story mode is pretty interesting. I say probably the most funnest one is probably where you fight the giant demon fire monster. My least favorite, the stalking missions and helping out the weird human lady who we never see again. I may have said the Dark Lord's Knights was the least fun of the part, but here's the actual least fun of the part. The DLC. Yay! The overpriced DLC.
Walt, please, please just hear me out, please.
The DLC, Blade of Galadriel and Desolation of Mordor, is a spin-off that's not really a spin-off because the original games end on a cliffhanger. Then you have to buy the DLC to see what truly happens. You play as Elteriel, the wielder of Blade of Galadriel, who have to do the job of defeating more Nazgul because they're still around for some reason, and also killing evil Talion. Her skill set mostly consists of her two swords and the light of Galadriel, which is her just flashing a light in your face. And you can also heal yourself as well. And if you shine the light on them long enough and stab them with a light blade, you can purify them. And what purifying means is you just disassembling their atoms. Fucking ruthless, like she just wiped these guys off the face of the earth. And this looks terrifying too. And they also left out the light barrier for some reason. And now she continues her journey to beat the Dark Lord, which is now Talion, who is rightfully mad at you for leaving him to die. But they fight a little bit and decide to forgive each other. Talion needed help to take over some castles, so she does that. Well, not really take over the castles, just kill the war chiefs. And you can do a lot of fun things, as well as meet a lot of fun characters. Which would have been more fun if they was like in, the actual game instead of the DLC. Like, it feels like wasted potential, honestly. Like, I would love to have the Enchanted on my team, which is also a pretty strong character in himself, who's just being used as a bodyguard. And you could get him in a loot box, but you gotta buy the overpriced DLC first. And every time I see something cool in Blade of Galadriel, I just think, man, this would be way better and funner if it was in the original game. Like, it just seemed like more updated orcs that played smoother than the last game, and it seemed like they left it out just to make Blade of Galadriel more interesting, or they just didn't have enough space for it. And the missions is nothing to And the missions is nothing to write home to. Like, pretty boring. You just kill ghouls in one mission, and most is pretty forgettable. And there's also this one point where they had to like make you choose which orc to team up against, but that was really a easy question. And then when you're done killing war chiefs, there are two new Nazguls that's trying to finish the Dark Lord's mission. The only Nazguls that are women, and they're also twins, and they was nowhere to be found the last game. So all of a sudden, they pop out of nowhere and now the strongest. And now they are back. And the most least fun I ever had playing this game. It's not the first time you fight multiple Dark Knights. Well, Nazgul. So it was nothing new. But they decided to switch it up, giving the twins twin chain scythe. Which just was the worst idea. When they bind you to the ground, it fucking sucks. And this is the part where I want to blow my brains out. Her light does not work at all. Wherever you want to aim it will aim the opposite direction. If the chains are in front of you, because you have to shine the light on the chains so you can free yourself, because it's the only way to free yourself, she will do a whole fucking 360 the opposite way of where I'm aiming. In this mission, you fight two people and the controls itself. And not to mention, these characters are not easy tasks. They're fucking bullet sponges. They're so repetitive and bullet sponges, it's not even funny. Felt like I was getting them to like even a half of health. It was not a fun or easy task. While also trying to survive their broken skills while you're fighting with the controls as well. And then, when you're done with that, the worst boss fight in the game. You fight Talon, who takes as longer and just spawn enemies out of his ass. I didn't know becoming evil makes you lose all your talents, your powers, and pretty much everything else. You do 2 attacks that you can basically just parry or dodge. And he's also a bullet sponge that take hours to kill, unnecessarily. And that was the end of the really overpriced and stupid DLC. And there's also another cliffhanger where Killer Brimbor escapes the eye. Where does he go? I don't fucking know. And next, the Desolation of Mordor, as you play as a black character, Baranor.
Oh, you guys are still here? Oh yeah, the other stuff. Desolation of Mordor is technically just a Just Cause clone or GTA clone, whatever you call it, either or. The combat takes away all the fun parts out of it and just leaves you nothing interesting at all. Baranor and his brother is probably like the most generic characters I've seen in gaming history. And I honestly didn't like the dialogue. Like, some people thought it was fun, but like I really didn't like it at all. It just made the orcs 100 times harder. The mercenaries you buy wasn't any help at all. And it was a very hassle just to get like a lot of mercenaries. It's honestly not fun at all. And the DLC is short, way short, and really not worth that much money. It ends, he defeats the war chief, and they really do nothing else. You can also work your way up on the wheel to like get all the moves, but I really didn't want to do that. I'm gonna be honest. I went on YouTube and saw the ending. I just saw someone else play it because I didn't really want to play it. Like, and the location would have been more interesting if it was, in in the actual game. The place would have been more interesting if it was in the actual game and not whatever that was. Barrow is probably the worst character to play. He has nothing. You get around. You have to get around with the most shittiest grapple hook and parachute, which doesn't really work in that environment. Like you can't even get on all the mountains. Man, I never thought I'd like quit so fast, but I honestly couldn't play it. I honestly couldn't finish it. It was so boring, so lame. If you played one game like that, you played them all. Like it was just a worse version of the AAA games you play in any other game. Like it's honestly sucked. Like I don't think even Monolith made this. Fucking Ubisoft probably made this. Like it's just like any Ubisoft game, Rocksteady game, but just worse. Nothing interesting at all.
Other than a DLC, Shadow of War is the ideal of what I want an open world game to be. Different factions, different places to go, different just things you can do. You can learn more about collectible items or learn more about Killer Brimbo history while he was still alive. It was just good. The graphics, the orcs, the skills, the side missions, the collectibles, and oh my god, we're never getting another game like this. Alright, now that we're past all the good stuff, enough of the bad stuff. The copyright.
So after making the Nemesis system, they wasted no time into making sure nobody will steal the idea. They also wasted no time into doing absolutely nothing with it. And so whatever game that is like the Nemesis system or is related to the Nemesis system, where enemies can come back, they can remember you, as well as that as well as adapt from your skill set, you're probably gonna get sued.
They decided to do absolutely nothing, though Middle Earth had the greatest reviews of all time, and nearly every 10 out of 10 they could give them. Millions of players, and Middle Earth won one Game of the Year.
Like you think this is the most embarrassing moment for them. Like they barely even talk about it.
Is because people are afraid to get sued by a big company like Warner Bros. Imagine how much games would be better if they had a chance to build off of this. Assassin's Creed, Ghost of Yotei, that new Wolverine game. Just imagine a new Arkham game with this system. They have the villain factions for it, gangs, ninjas, armies. This would make other games with world building and open world 10 times better. And Batman Arkham Knight is a great game, but you know what will make it better? If it had a nemesis system. God of War is pretty okay. It's one Game of the Year. But it would have been better if it had a nemesis system. For all the game companies listening to this, yeah, right, like they're gonna listen to you. It would be amazing if we had like some smidge or just a fraction of hope from Warner Bros. Did had hope when they revealed a teaser trailer for a Wonder Woman game. A Wonder Woman game. That would have been so amazing. I was just like, oh my god, this can't be happening. This can't be real. I must be seeing things. This is the greatest day. I was right. It wasn't real. And I could imagine how great a game this would be and how much a upgrade it is to have this Wonder Woman instead of the Injustice Superman footstool Wonder Woman who just piggybacks on Superman the whole time and just agree with everything he says. Let's kill a whole nation. Okay, Superman. Gotta be the worst representation of a female superhero that have been ever done. Especially of the best female superhero there is. Wonder Woman with a buster sword, spear, sword and shield, anything she had in the comics. The Laughter of Truth, teaming up with other Amazons, monsters, or gods
or whatever. I studied God of War back and forth, and to seeing the same concept of Wonder Woman would have been amazing. It made me read Wonder Woman comics, and it's pretty good. Not gonna lie. I was waiting for new news, and the only news I got, it was canceled.
Why? Why? Did you say why? Fuck you, that's why.
From DC probably picking the worst actors to represent their brand, and also not having near to none good DC games that's been coming out recently. Nobody cares about mobile games. Stop giving us mobile games. We don't want mobile games. Nobody want mobile games. It was like an personal attack to me, and adding insult to injury, they shut down Monolith Games. And I'm just so confused because all they made was bangers. They had nothing but good publicity and good reviews. And then you shut them down, which is blasphemy. They cut the head of the chicken that only lays gold. Monolith didn't do nothing wrong. They did not deserve this. They was just merely bystanders. As fast as they raise my hopes, the faster they shoot it down. Even canceling a Monolith project that would have had a nemesis system into it. And there will soon be revealed there was a Black Panther game that have something less like the nemesis system, called a rival system.
This is pretty good. Black Panther have a nice and in-depth world, and it's already canceled. It's already canceled. Like, not even canceled. This was the before, like, a teaser trailer or anything. Another comic book series with years in history, with a character with his own tribe, culture, and weapons, and a big roster that they can add. They just shut it down. Couldn't even give them a fighting chance. It wasn't even announced yet. They was still like in concept. It was still in concept, and they fucking spawn killed it. It was rumored that you can play multiple characters, and I don't really know if it's true because like it was so early in development that probably no concept of it can you really find. Making their own studio too, and that is insane. They still get closed insanely fast, which could not look on your resume. They didn't even get a chance in the building, yet the nemesis system is not coming back anytime soon. Which honestly sucks, because these are people that professionalize in that craft and wish to make more or something like this. And honestly, me bringing it up, it's just me kicking a dead horse at this point. If you look up the nemesis system, you're gonna see tons of angry fans and like how this was carried. How the nemesis system, such a great system, and Monolith Games was handled, was treated like trash, when all they did was make a good game. Your mom make a great sandwich? Good. You like that sandwich? Too bad, you're never gonna get it again. This sandwich is forever canceled. The meat brand canceled, the bread canceled. You're just not gonna eat another sandwich in your whole life again. You know what? Punish me. You're grounded. You're grounded.
Not today, Brian. Not today, Brian.
Not today, Thrak. Not today.
Shadow of War. Nothing will be forgotten.